let's talk about high school. You said you were, really clean-cut kid and really had your processes together when it came to, doing your academics, et cetera. What would you say was your transitioning from high school to college? How did you make that transition, and why did you go to whatever school you ended up going to?
Yeah, so what happened is funny. I would take a step back, and the move to high school, I think, was probably one of the first transitional or transformational aspects of my background. I think my dad had wanted me to go to a top-flight Catholic high school in Long Island called St. Anthony's, and it was all boys back then. My uncle had been an assistant football coach there, spoke glowingly of the school, knew the Franciscan brothers that ran it, a lot of discipline there. And it was funny, I ended up going, and it was the first year that it was co-ed. And, when I went, it went from being a reasonable commute to an absolutely insane commute as a ninth grader. And again, for me, it was a fantastic experience, having been put through it. Again, I looked at, on a teacher's salary for my dad because my mother didn't work. I mean, he took jobs over the summers to help pay for sending me to school, and whether that was painting political signs over the summer or driving a taxi. I mean, I completely appreciated everything he did for me. And one of the great things he also did was made me get a job every summer, and then he made me give him, money. He gave him $1,000 every summer.
Awesome.
And what he ended up doing for me, though, was when I needed spending money during the year, he'd actually give that back to me. So it was actually nice in terms of what he did. But I think, when I went to that high school, I started there. I was incredibly nervous. I was not sure what to expect. And it was high octane, right? I mean, the expectations were so much higher going to that school. And there was a bunch of kids from that school that went to Ivy League colleges, right? So it was a very different experience for me. And again, I do this now because my kids I have a sophomore in high school and a freshman in high school. And I wish I would have known better to study a bit harder, to apply myself for the SAT when I needed to. Again, I think I ended up going to the University of Scranton in Scranton, Pennsylvania, which was an old depressed coal mining town, which was a great school. I mean, it was a perfect outlet for me at that time in my life. We had usually 13, 14 kids from my class, from every class at St. Anthony's would find their way to Scranton. So I had an embedded bunch of friends that went there. Some of my best friends now are kids that I went to both high school and college with, which is kind of incredible. So, for me going to Scranton, I think my dad and mom were incredibly happy that I just got into college. Yeah. I was the first one to really go to a 4-year degree, or to get a 4-year degree, so I think they were incredibly happy. And I look at how, I work with our kids now, my kids, and, the expectations to them were so much higher. Again, they're very switched on. I think, the thing I also had to navigate when I was in high school and then college and now is ADHD, right? And I think, trying to navigate that is hard. And I can't imagine if I had the amount of stimulus that these kids today have to deal with. When I was going, I didn't have a phone. I didn't have the internet didn't exist, none of that stuff. And I just look at, all the complexities of men learning and teaching today. With that's incredibly hard. I'd also say that, for me, it was very humbling in that I had to work so much harder just to get B pluses, right? And that's demoralizing sometimes when you just put your heart and soul into studying and it's just not good enough, and that's why, to me, hard work today still counts more than anything, and for whatever we do. But, getting through high school and then getting into college, and again, college for the University of Scranton was, no football team, no fraternities, no sororities, none of that. It was a small Jesuit college. And again, some of those kids that I met there were the greatest kids that I've ever met in my life, and just really down-to-earth good people.